Three things I like about being a farmer's agent. The first thing I like about being a farmer's agent is that I'm self-employed and I don't have quotas. So what that means to you, if you ever meet with me, I'm not offering you a product because I'm gonna lose my job because farmers wants me to sell you a credit card. Like when you go see those bank tellers, right? Those bank tellers, if they don't make a certain sale to you or hit a certain quota every month, they get written up. That's not the case with me. If I offer you a product, it's because I honestly believe you need it, and that protect your family or to save for your future or something like that, that it's in your best interest. I'm not offering you a product just because I have to sell 10 credit cards that month or I have to sell 5 life insurance policies that month. No, if I'm offering you a product, it's that I'm operating on a level out of your interest and not some benchmark that some corporate set, right? That's the first thing I like about farmers. The second thing I like about farmers is that I get to sleep at night. Look, with Colorado Springs, we have a lot of catastrophes. I mean, you have the Waldo Canyon fire, you have Black Forest fire, we had this hailstorm last summer where homes looked like they had bullet holes in them, right? And I got to sleep through those nights. When those things happen, I don't stress, right? I don't stress because people don't complain when they have farmers insurance. They don't complain about their claims. I don't have to come into the office and have to deal with usually one person that's upset about how their claim's being handled. Now for me, that's better because than having cheap insurance. Because the reason why that's better for me is that even though I might be able to sell more insurance, if it was less expensive, well, I would have to hire another staff member to handle all the complaints that would come in when they were paying out their claims, right? So one thing I don't like is brain damage. I learned that in the car business. It's better to sell a car for 500 more bucks and fix everything you know that's wrong with it than to try to be $500 cheaper than your competition and have that car blow up and then end up having 10 or 15 people mad at you at the end of the month, because that's a lot of work and I don't like that. The third thing I like about being a farmer's agent is that there's one product. Now, a lot of people would say this is a disadvantage, but look, insurance is so complicated. If you don't believe me, just look at that packet they mail you at your renewal cycle. There's 100 pages in there, 200 pages. And all that is descriptions on how they're gonna pay out their claim, right? They, when they pay out that claim, every insurance company does it differently. There's different depreciation scales, there's different meanings for words, there's different ways they pay out their limits, there's different requirements you have to do in order to get them to pay. Like for instance, if your house is burned down, when do you have to have your blueprints in to get the remaining of your loss of use coverage or something like that. Now with farmers, I understand all that. So when I make promises to customers, it's based on my experience. So I know that if I say this is what's gonna happen, it's gonna happen that way. Now the problem is when you sell with 10 or 15 different companies, even though every renewal cycle, you can maybe find a different company that's less expensive. The problem is with that is that it's really hard to know how each and one of those programs work. So if you're offering somebody a policy through a different company and they get in a car accident, the way that company is going to handle that car accident is completely different than the way the company they had before handles that car accident. And let me tell you something, at one point in your life, for your whole life, insurance is just gonna feel like taxes, right? You gotta pay your taxes, you gotta pay for it. But there's gonna be a day in your life where your insurance policy is the most important thing. It's gonna be whether you get to continue your life as you have it or if your life is gonna be destroyed. And that happens to one person. Insurance is only important when it becomes important, right? After that, it's just a pain in the butt, and everybody knows that. But there's gonna be one day in your life where it's gonna be so important, and that's why you don't wanna go cheap, right? You just don't wanna go cheap because you don't wanna have to be dealing with the company that says, yeah, but. Well, you said that if I was gonna be covered, you don't want your company to go, yeah, but you are covered, yeah, but we did say this, yeah, but. And that's why I like farmers.